Hey guys, DibtheAwesome here to give you another Monster Legends Guides, where we talk about monsters' moves, rune sets, partners, all that jazz. Today we are talking about Uria's pet. I'm sorry this video is fairly late. This video was supposed to be out during the time he actually came out. It never happened. I'm very sorry about that. But now moving on from that, let's talk about the monster. Let's compare him to his master and see if he fares well with him. Comparing, just like the other general pets to their masters and what's not. Is he equal or beyond Uria too? Or, just Uria. You get my point. Uria pet and Uria, Dharma's pet, and Dharma himself. That jazz. His power is 3,465. He's slightly higher than his master. It's the gospel power. 465 is the gospel power. It's the power we want all of our attackers to have. It's a very loved power, and it's a respectable power. Yeah, and it's a really nice power. Again, it's really nice. It goes well with his kit because this guy is a damage dealer. He does a lot of damage. That's kind of his main thing about him. He trades off the little bit of his masters. He basically has damage increase and sacrifice like the hit points. Like he has less hit points than Uria. Uria's at 29k. This guy's at 23k. So not the most healthiest life in the game, but he trades that off with sheer force. Like, he has a lot of power to his boot. So yeah, his power is respectable. His life is really low. His speed is 3,432. A lot of people love this kind of speed, especially when we're talking about damage dealers, and it's really awesome. So yeah, this is a really good power. His weakness is obviously Earth, and he has the trait Tough. This is a really awesome trait because they have the chance not to land their AoE deny, which can be really bothersome, and it's really huge, especially if this guy moves before your attacker and he didn't get denied that first turn. If he gets to move, he's going to do some serious damage. Something's either nearly dead or something's dead at this point. That's the two situations you could possibly be in if you fail to deny this little guy here. Alright, little, I don't know. He could be, I have no idea how big he is, when he's evolved. Clearly he's gotten bigger, but yeah. I like the fact when he always got like spikes. That's cool. Thunder Crack deals massive thunder damage to all enemies. Unlike his master, it's an AoE thunder damage move that deals 75 damage. This is a pretty alright damage for an ultimate, but it's just damage. That's the main thing. He just does damage, and that's alright. This will probably kill everything but the thunder monster. Odds are, depending on your rune build, of course. If you're building like two strength auto, like something's dead. Something's either dead or nearly dead at this point. If it's not like, it's pretty much something. If it's not running a life rune or like doesn't have naturally high life, odds are it's gonna die. Odds are. Nothing to really talk about in skill groups 1. Barrage Teleport, this is his 55 damage single target move. It's his only spammable move, keep that in mind. You need to run this move if you even want a chance against time you're on. That's the only time you even put this move on. I think like in all other, I think like the main build though, he doesn't even run a spammable move, so do keep that in mind. If you want this to be used against Timuron, you do kind of have to run this move. It's his only spammable move, and it's probably his lowest cooldown move, because I think he runs on fairly high cooldown. That's also a huge difference between him and Uria. He does I think he might have ran on some very high-end cooldowns. I can't remember if it was just like 3 or something like that. I know he doesn't run I don't know if he runs any single turn cooldowns. Deals very heavy thunder damage. This is the Electric Rumble. Deals very heavy thunder damage. May daze target. Requires cooldown. He picks up the daze from Uria, but in a different light, and it's not spammable. It's a 2-turn cooldown. It does 5 more power. It's a 60 powered move. I think the stamina is about the same. And it's a thunder damaging move. Not the best move. I don't even think anybody would even run this. But if you wanted utility on this thing, this is your only utility move. And it's in the form of daze. It's a single target move. It dazes. That's your only form of utility. like Uria has daze plus blind, but it's not, even though it's not an AoE single target, runs on very low cooldowns. This guy has just one. He only picked up one, and it's on a 2-turn cooldown. It's not too much of a difference, you know. It's just another increase of cooldown. But yeah, you get you probably only use it once, and that's about it. If you do pick up on this move. Dynamic Discharge deals moderate special damage to all enemies, requires cooldown. Now, if there's one thing he surely adapted to, or he went beyond Uria, is the fact he's got a respectable special damage AoE. I love these AoEs, these 45 damage special move AoEs. These are remarkable AoEs, and you should really take a shine to it. And you should totally run it and on any Uria's pet. It's his best damage AoE. I think it's his only AoE too, besides the dynamic barrage. But yeah, you should totally run this move. Outburst Teleport. This is the move people usually run instead of Barrage Teleport. This is a 70 damage move. It's a 28 stamina, 2-turn cooldown, and it deals massive special damage. Finally, the words finally go with the actual stat number. But yeah, this is a respectable damaging move. Use this on anything that's classy, and it's more than likely gone, or pretty close to gone for sure. Especially if you're running 2 level 5 runes, this will probably do around 20k possibly damage, 20k damage possibly. I might be wrong on that, and that's fine. You can check up on that. Let me know the answer down below. I want to hear how much damage you actually do with 2 strengths and a speed. I'm interested in that. I'd be happy to listen to that. Electric Fulmination. Electric Fulmination. This is an 85 damage move. It's on a 3-turn cooldown, 28 stamina. It's a single target move. Deals very heavy thunder damage to target and low residue thunder damage to all enemies. I actually don't know how much damage this does in terms of residue damage, but for sure knowing that it'll probably kill anything that it touches if it has low base life and or it's a water monster. Any water monster touched by this thing is dead. It's for sure dead. They're gonna take so much damage because it's an 8. It's pretty much an ultimate. It's ultimate damage at this point. And it is so high in damage, 85 damage. That's nuts. It is really, really heavy hitting. So if you use this on any monster that's not a thunder monster, they're taking a lot of damage for sure. They're gonna take a lot. Also, depending on of course your rune build too. Depending on how well the runes is, the more devastating this thing will be. So if you run really high-end runes, this will for sure kill something. You don't even need a damage boost. It's just got so much damage in it, and they're probably building fragile, so odds are it's gonna kill them. Dynamic Thunderbolt deals massive special damage to target, low special residue damage to all enemies. So he's kind of got like little AoE damage from like the 2 single target moves. Like obviously the one who's being soloed out is going to take massive damage, and the rest is just going to take little bitty bits of damage. This will probably for sure kill uncommons and commons, possibly rares, maybe rares, but that's about it. Yeah, so this is the set I'd have you run. I'd have you run probably everything in Skill Groups 3 and Dynamic Discharge. If you want to run him or you just have a set against Tymiron, you should pick up Barrage Teleport, just in the case of the event you do want to use him against Tymiron. But everything, like in all sense, you usually just do this build. This usually works really well. Yeah, keep in mind very huge difference between him and Uria himself. The cooldowns. You gotta notice the cooldowns with this thing. He's not really built for the long-term fight, as you can see. He's not really built for that. With this kit, he's not built for a long-term fight, unless you build the Barrage Teleport. But even at that, though, you are running at really low hit points here. Uria himself is better for long-term fights and or Tymiron fights. So you can totally use Uria's pet. Totally use Uria's pet for everything else. So like on a defensive team, if you have Uria and this thing, you should totally put Uria on defense and then use this thing on the attack. Unless of course you have Uria ranked up a bit, then you can use both on the attack. I highly recommend that too. Totally get a bunch of when this guy becomes 800 coins, totally rank this guy up a bunch. He's gonna serve you well against Voltic players. He will, trust me. He will do respectable amounts of damage, and you'll be able to do a bunch of stuff. I think at 110, he gets pretty close to natural Uria life. See, he gets close to natural Uria life. You could probably run a single strength rune at this point, plus 2 speeds. Running at this kind of power, you could probably do that. But right now, I think like if you're just the average Joe player, I think the respectable 2 strength and a speed build is more than enough to suffice his needs. It's just I recommend the basic damage build. So yeah, that's really, in all honesty, that's the huge point of Uria's pet. He instead of going for the for a long term kind of style, like Uria, unlike Uria, this guy goes for the I'm gonna hit you. You're gonna take either a lot of damage or you're gonna die. You're either close to death or you are dead. This is how that guy plays out in that scene. Partners, damage, totally pair him up with boosters. Reptile, Demise, Incognita, Lux, any damage booster. Fire Relay Quinn, just any damage booster will really help this guy out, and he'll clear the field a lot faster. He'll spontaneously kill whatever he does. Something dies. With the respectable power and the respectable really high end damage moves to back it up, this thing will kill something if it has a damage boost. A double damage boost for sure, and maybe possibly just a damage boost. If it just does damage boost, it could possibly just be enough to just finish off anything at that point, just by a damage boost alone. Maybe, I'm not 100% sure on that. I'm just saying that just because he has 75 damage. We never usually see this where a monster is capable of doing at least 3. Look at all these. Look at literally all these single target moves. I'm sorry for the dog barking. Sorry about that. All these moves do really high end damage at the cost at really high cooldowns. 3-turn cooldown, 3-turn cooldown, 2-turn cooldown. 3-turn cooldown. Again, this is a really high cooldown set. Just keep that in mind. He has no spammable damage with this build. So if you kind of want to change out that Outburst Teleport for Barrage Teleport, you can certainly do that. Again, I'm really sorry about the background noise. And that's all you really need to know about Uria's pet. Generally, for deniers, you could pair it up with things like Frostbite, something to refill its stamina, and all that jazz. I'm really sorry about the background noise. But anyway, that's all you really need to know about Uria's pet. If there's any questions, I'll be happy to answer them. I'm DibtheAwesome. I'll catch you guys later.